Hi and welcome to Cheeky Richard Cooking's onion jam. We're going to use the Tefal Cook For Me to make this onion jam. It's really simple, delicious with your cold meats, perfect with leftover turkey or ham. The ingredients are in the recipe box below. There aren't very many of them. We've got the Tefal Cook For Me actually on the browning function at the moment. We're going to add a good glug of some oil, and we've got some pickling spice. Now that has all sorts of little seeds. It's like caraway, mustard, peppercorns and coriander in there, so they're going in there now. They're probably going to pop a little bit because they've hit the hot oil. And we've just roughly sliced our onions. We've got some brown sugar for sweetness. We've got some veggie salt. You can see these little seeds starting to get a bit busy down there, and we're going to sweat our onions down. Now the reason I'm using the Cook For Me is it has very deep sides, so it will be able to cook the onions and caramelize them, and they won't stick because this is an incredibly good non-stick surface, which I'm going to use a silicone spatula with because I don't want to compromise that surface. Okay, they're starting to pop a little bit now. Time to send in our onions. So we've just roughly sliced and peeled those. Onions are really cheap at the moment, and we're just going to sweat them right down and let them get all sort of sticky and syrupy. At the last minute we are going to add our brown sugar and balsamic vinegar to give it a little bit of bite. You could put a chili in at this stage if you like. If this starts to brown a bit much, add a bit of water to it. There's not enough liquid in this to actually use it as a pressure cooker. The function of this pan is such that the non-stick surface is amazing, so I can just sort of leave that for a little while it's browning. Okay, I've just closed and bolted the lid and put it on to 2 minutes. There isn't any extra liquid in there, and so far it is preheating. It may fail, and it may fail for you because there's not enough liquid in there. You could put a bit of liquid in there if you wanted to, and then just evaporate it later on the browning function, but at this stage it seems to be accepting it, so that's a bonus. Okay, that really surprised me. There was obviously enough fluid in those onions to have allowed me to use the pressure cooking function, so that's going to really speed things up. It's been going for 5 minutes now. It's just releasing the steam. I'm going to add our remaining ingredients now and just cook this right down. Normally if you're just using this on the stove top, you'd just be stirring it, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's safe to open the lid. Okay, at the end of the 5 minutes, this is what you should have, and it really has broken right down. You can see it's quite sweated. There's still plenty of juice in there. I've now got it on the browning function. I'm going to add our garlic there, just a couple of cloves of garlic, our freshly cracked pepper, and our veggie salt. On the browning function, now we have to stir it. The garlic will cook without burning, and the flavors in there will infuse all through those onions as they evaporate the juice out of there and make it into a really sweet, syrupy, sticky, delicious accompaniment for your cold cuts or just cheese. Okay, I'll just let that simmer away. Okay, we're just sterilising a couple of jars now. You can see it's really evaporated all this liquid out of it. It's quite smushy now and starting to get a little bit of a colour on it. I'm going to speed that along. It has actually been going for about 7 minutes. In with our brown sugar and stir that around. Now that is going to make it caramelize even faster and give it a gorgeous sweetness. This is the time that it might want to try and burn, so just don't leave it now. Turn your phone off and don't answer the door just yet. And now it's in with our balsamic vinegar. It really smells quite delicious. In with our balsamic, as much or as little as you like. If this isn't sweet enough for you, add some more sugar. If it's too sweet, add some more vinegar, and that's how it balances all out. And that is going to be sublime on top of a crusty bread roll with some really mature tasty cheese, maybe as part of your ploughman's lunch with some pickles and some crusty bread, some nuts and perhaps some fruit. And there you have it, Cheeky Richo's onion jam. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration. If you would like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheeky Richo channel, and don't forget to please subscribe, and do come back and visit us again soon. We've got so much more to show you, and we're uploading lots of videos, and this is just another simple way you can use the Tefal Cook For Me. Now this has only been going for about 17 minutes, and that sure beats standing at the stove for 35 minutes stirring it. And that's ready to bottle now. Okay, now we've got some Stay Cool handles here, and we can just ladle our onion jam into our jars, which are piping hot so they won't crack. So this is actually sterilised. Once you open this, you have to keep it in the fridge, but it will keep for quite some time out of the fridge, provided you can stay away from it, that is. And we're going to show you a gorgeous recipe with this that we learnt while we were in New Zealand. So I can't wait to bring you that one either. Okay, now this just needs a rinse with some soapy water. As you can see, nothing is stuck. Okay, we've got 2 jars full, and we're just going to pop the lid on them while they're still very hot. The lids have been sterilized as well. Just clean up the rim on the outside of the jar and then set them upside down. Now this is syrupy, sweet, sticky, delicious, better than a chutney, and as you can see, there's only a handful of ingredients. Very economical to do, and there's enough there for you to give a jar away as well. Thanks for watching.